Welcome to our first late night wine and tea session. We don't know what we're calling it. This is like our pilot.
Tell tea while we whine.
I like that. Okay, so what is the first thing you'd like to whine about? Because I'm starting with the wine. The tea's still hot. Hi, I'm Aisha. I'm a human. I have a life outside of this. And part of that life includes my lovely daughter, Mirija. She is 21. She is an adult. She just has beautiful, youthful black woman genes.
Oh yes, I got ID'd at a bar with Arnis. They didn't ask him for his ID,
Racism.
but they only asked me for my ID.
He doesn't even look old like
And
that.
she was like, because when I ordered my drink, she looked at me like confused, like, can I see your ID? And she was like, girl, you got good genes.
Yes, no, because you look super young.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought it was important that I introduce you guys to her in this format, because she was doing her own videos on here, but she is like a little fairy. I need y'all to know this is a grown woman, early in her growth, but she's grown, and she will be doing her by donation readings starting later on this month. So I don't do one-on-one readings anymore. I'm only doing mentorship and teaching. She will be taking the clients who still want to come in and do one-on-ones or video sessions or whatever the case may be. So in the future, more of those details will be included. But for right now, we're here to kick it. So
Dog.
I'm going to pull first for what subject we're getting into. And I decided, ironically enough, to go with the African goddess deck. Responsible for those amazing genes. So what is the subject we are whining and teeing about tonight? And everything that we discuss here will be from a Muggle and spiritual perspective. We just want to keep it 100. I didn't want this to be formal like all the other videos I do, hence why Fortnite is in the background.
Yes, inside and outside point of view.
Shame. Heavy. What do we want to whine about shame? Everybody has something to be ashamed about, so why does anybody have to be ashamed about anything? That's my complaint.
Yes.
Like before I got on here, I didn't have my bra on. I was totally just chilling in my flannel, just boobs loose. And then I went to get on here and I was like, I can't just have like my Medea tits out on camera. I was shamed. And I'd like to whine about that. If we all have flaws, why do we have to hide them? Is it because they're different? But why? Other people's flaws make you feel better?
No, it's because think about it. Everybody was fine being like in the nude. Like that's how Adam and Eve started out. It wasn't until white men came and colonized everything, and they saw all the voluptuousness that they did not have.
Okay.
So really, the shame comes from jealousy of the whites because they don't have what we got.
This is a safe space because we want it. Okay, so when you have dumps like a truck, there are those who want to dump on you. Is what I'm going to take from that.
And steal your truck.
This is true. There's this movie called The Players Club that I need to put you on to. There's a scene in there where he explains that the colonizers came to Africa and he saw that the women were walking around naked and they were dancing and their bodies were amazing. So they went back to Europe and they tried to get the white women to do the same, and the white women were like, nah, you got to pay us for that. And that's how the stripping industry came into play. I think that backs up what you were just saying in a
because it
crazy
became
way.
a over sexualized thing as well, because to like the African people, when they did it was more of like a spiritual, or like that was them in their natural state. Even when it comes to like belly dancing, it didn't used to be the short little bras and like these posing skirts. It was like a woman fully covered up, like the clothing was actually baggy,
and they was just dancing.
and they were just dancing.
In this moment, I just got the ping that this is a conversation about the root chakra. Saturn is in Aries right now.
That makes sense.
Saturn is the restrictor, and Aries controls the root, which is where shame is held, where rage is held, where sexual identity and activity. I'm like, what else is down there? I feel like grief is there too. Like everything is in the booty of the body.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
When I think of that, I think of like the Earth song by Michael Jackson, but like embodied into like the whole like root chakra. Like that like the earth is pretty much what that's all connected to.
And the root is in California.
Mm-hmm.
The root for the planet. So Mother Earth has chakras. And we are all connected to them by our own chakras. So the root is in Mount Shasta in California. That means the whole state is funneling into that, and then the rest of it is pouring into us. I guess I was about to say, I think there's a lot of anal going on in California. Most of it's in LA and San Francisco, but I don't know what they do in Washington State.
In Washington State?
That's where Grey's Anatomy was.
Anal impatience?
Okay. I find it very interesting because when you think about aliens, the first thing you get concerned about is an anal probe.
Yeah. But I mean, that's immediate access to the root chakra.
True. And I was on the Ascension Glossary, and they were explaining that is the place that your energy can get siphoned from. Like, somebody can take your stuff from there one time, and then they can feed off it for a long time because it's really hard to heal a wound there.
So when you think about it, because, like, you know how, like, the G-spot for, like, the men is, like, in the booty hole. Well, the only way that, like, men, they don't really get activated by the heart, so they get activated by the root chakra. So do you think that's why that's there? Because, like, for women, it's like you can activate the heart chakra, and like that's something easily activated for us, which is why we don't have it in that certain place. But for men, it's purposely it's put there.
It's in the pussy.
Yeah.
So. So I think we need to go around giving more prostate exams. There's even shame behind prostate exams. If you tell a guy you're gonna stick your fingers up his booty, immediately his cheeks clench. See, there's a shame behind the booty hole. In the root of
your booty hole just because somebody else wants.
Because God put your G spot in there for you to enjoy it.
No. It doesn't have to be done.
I mean, if somebody was to massage the shame, you're feeling shame. You are feeling shame. Let it go. Just let me touch you. You see? That's shame there. Don't be ashamed.
It's one.
The next time you go to the doctor, he's going to tell you to bend over and cough so he can do what? Check your shame meter.
No, he's not.
I used to think that the prostate exam, not the prostate, but like when they did those exams, they like had to like massage the balls or like the testicles to like make sure
that's porn.
in it. Oh.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all go to the
See, no, we don't want to see. Marcus, you are dealing with shame. The theme of this session. Do you hear it in his voice?
Male shame.
Did you hear? You're dealing, but
this all started with male
I'm about to
shame.
say, but the root is controlled by Aries, which is Martian energy. It's male. They are the ones who came up with the act of sex. I told you how I can heal you, and you did not want to hear that a second ago. There's a song by Mario for this. It's called "Let Me Love You."
Do
you know how? Yes. Do you? And you're an Aquarius. You could be into that alien stuff, bro. Come on now. So, shame and the fact that it being connected to the Martian energy, they were the ones that originally just took everything by force anyway.
We're gonna die because you.
That's Fortnite. He's playing Fortnite. See,
you know,
he
there's
might not
a
want to play
video.
Fortnite if.
This girl on Instagram, she keep on like stalking me, where she'll be like, "It's hard being an alien, being a human," but like she'll like switch between like an alien, like a CGI alien and stuff, and it's like it's kind of entertaining. But I'm like,
girl, what?
She'll do it in like in the middle of a grocery store at like a salon or something like that, and I'm like, go in the woods.
It feels like she doesn't experience the shame.
She doesn't.
Maybe her root is fine.
True.
That's the funny thing. If you're a person that has like shame, or you have like a part of self that is wounded, when you see somebody else in their freeness, you're very uncomfortable. That sort of sucks.
Yeah.
It's like all the people with wounded root chakras are in charge. So the rest of us can't just run free and just.
Maybe
everywhere.
your president needs a good probing. Maybe.
He might. He seems sort of tight.
Yeah.
I don't think Melania would be willing to touch that.
I don't think anyone wants to get anywhere near that. I don't think he wipes properly.
You know what?
Bro, we might go
Probably not. Every time I think of him, I think of the fact that nobody loves him enough to tell him that his spray tan isn't always making it like to the ear.
Maybe they have, but he just threatens to deport them. Because when you think about it, his wife isn't originally from here.
No, she's not.
anyways.
She's not telling that man about that spray tan. Nobody loves him enough to tell him about his hair or the spray tan. Like, he's super rich. He could get all that fixed. He doesn't have to look like that. Like, I was trying to, like, support him. Like, I could see where he was going, even though he's clearly a villain. But we all have things that can be positively reflected. Like, even in your enemies, there's something you can take from everybody. From him, I used to call him Silver Fox. Because I'm like, all right. He inspired me because he shows that if you were delusional enough, you can be the president of the United States. You can be whatever you want. Just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
But imagine if he had somebody who loved him, then he wouldn't be the tyrant he is. Nobody loves him because his spray tan don't go back to his ear. And nobody probably, like, taught him how to wipe his ass.
True. Or the fact that, like, he was very honest. Because even throughout the whole, like, running and the campaigning and stuff, he was very honest with his intentions.
Mm-hmm.
And he stuck to those.
Shame is lacking in that one. So maybe we need to consider that his root is too strong. He is like anti-shame.
Yeah.
But Saturn is in Aries right now. Everybody's being tested on that root. The root also rules like your reptilian brain. Your reptilian brain is in control of 90% of the rest of your brain. Only 10% of that is you working like creatively and thinking right. The rest of it is fight, flight, survival, and whatever is in your root. I don't know if you noticed, but gay dudes seem way happier since they have been released of that overflow
that
energy.
Yeah,
that G-spot is there for a reason. I think the world would be a better place if they would just open up.
Spread them cheeks.
but
like, no one has to do it for them. They could do it themselves. Honestly,
like
it's better for like what
no
you
one
do
else
for
can feel
you.
it for you.
Yes.
Only you can let it in.
No one else. No one else.
Did she just let her hair out?
Yeah, she did. No, it's cool. You can be in the background. This is very impromptu. I want it to be different from the rest of my videos that were all very formal. Like, we're people and we can talk about the same things.
Yeah, we're all human beings.
Word. See, we should not be ashamed, and that's the theme of this video. There are too many people who feel ashamed. Let's stop other people from stepping into their greatness. So, me and Pookie here decided that we're going to do these videos probably once or twice a week, depending on how we feel. And step outside of shame. Feeling like we have to be in the camera and look a certain way, like we have to talk about a certain thing. Even when I thought about like doing podcasts or anything, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't be on something like that because my mouth is crazy. But that was shame. I was like, unless I name it, can I say that? I don't think I would feel comfortable. Like, I need to put a disclaimer on this because I'm just going to like think what I want to think. And we should be free to do that. But we live in a world where literally there's a dude whose spray tan doesn't even cover his ear.
And he just be saying and doing anything.
He be saying whatever he wants to and then telling the rest of us we can't say anything.
Yeah.
That needs to end. So Saturn and Aries will be there for... Oh, do you have your phone?
I do have my phone.
See how long the transit will be going on. I'm switching from my line to T now.
Where shall I try and see that?
Google.
Google-oo-galoo.
How long will Saturn be in Aries? Saturn in Aries is a test of yourself, a test of what you learn for yourself, how you reformat your behaviors based upon what is going on in the world, what you've endured, how can you heal yourself. And it all varies based upon the house that you have it in. So in the first house, your physical body is getting reformatted. You have it in the first house. Have you noticed any changes in your physicality, your sense of self, your identity?
I need to lock in, y'all, this summer.
It's at the beginning degrees. That is when you are learning to lock in. So the second house is your finances being recalibrated. Like, you are going to be the basis for your money. You have to put physical energy behind it. Saturn going through the third house is a mental change, changing the way that you think about yourself. Saturn in the fourth house is a change in the way that you run your household. Saturn in the fifth is about your creativity, your children, and your creations. Like, you reconnecting with the way that you allow your imagination to spill forth into this world. It didn't say. Saturn in sixth is your day-to-day life. You are going to be working on making sure that your day-to-day life is actually building up to something that you wanted to. In the 7th house, you are working on your partnerships and you being independent in your relationship and balancing out codependency energy.
It's not saying.
Okay, give me it in a second. I'll look it up. Hold on. In the 8th house, any trauma that you went through is sort of being filtered through. Like, how do you turn your pain into power? In the 9th house, your belief system. Like, do you believe in yourself? What has this world taught you about your belief system? Are you defining your own belief system? In the 10th house, this is your job. You are becoming your brand. You are becoming your legacy. 11th house, you amongst your friends. How do you stand out as a leader in your group? In the 12th house, which I think is the hardest, and I think, no, you only have 1 degree in the 12th house. It's your unconscious self. Like the way other people see you that you don't even see about yourself. And then it's like you weeding out enemies that you didn't know were there. So everybody's being tested pretty much from their reaction, their root. Like somebody with Aries and 12 might be hiding a lot of shame. And then when somebody triggers that, they taking heads off.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been shamed any recently? Just wondering if that is a theme for this.
I feel ashamed anytime I allow myself to rest.
Mm.
Like there's shame around resting, especially in like this economy. It's like work hard, struggle, work hard some more, no sleep, no pain, no gain, and it's like
That's not
resting now is like considered like just like lazy. Like, oh, you don't want it. Like you're too privileged. And I'm like, nah, I'm mentally ill.
But I think that comes from the workload that's put on people and the expectations. But you have your North Node in Aries, even though it's in Taurus, even though it's in the 1st house. You came to learn how to rest in your feminine energy, and I think that's why she's going to be making the shift to doing. She does like holistic stuff, like my readings with cards and all that stuff. But she's going to come to you and say, "Hey, you need some lavender tea before bed, or maybe you need some wine and tea like we do. Like these are sleepy teas."
Yes.
But wine is also a relaxant. A red wine before bed. For people like us who deal with like psychic stuff and our minds are going all day, and sometimes it's not our mind, it requires some wind down. That rest thing is serious.
Think 24/7.
Yeah, and it gets sort of exhausting. So, having a wind down routine or ritual.
And that can include like face mask and everything. I want to try making like a, the avocado face mask we did with like the mashed avocado, the banana, the oats in it. What else was like too. Greek yogurt? I was thinking, what if we added like maybe like lavender into that?
As like a calming agent.
As a calming agent.
But we didn't add honey either.
We didn't.
I have an obsession with honey lately. Like even my babs have been milk and honey, but I realized like that's the land of like.
Yeah, that attracts, and it's abundant too.
It's been working. So.
Well, there was only one person.
Saturn will be in Aries. It started in May 24th, 2025, and it will stay there until April 12th, 2028. This says, ushering in a cycle of initiating bold new ventures and taking charge of your life. So with you having Aries in first, this makes absolute sense that you would be your own boss. Stepping into that. I have it in the 9th house. I am coming up with a system for mentorship that'll be something that I use with every person, like it gets custom per them, and then creating my academy online. Like the 9th house is the school of higher education.
The school of good and evil.
Yeah. I'm like, what would the shame be around that? Oh, the fact that I can't talk about this job to anybody in my family. Like as soon as I go to mention it, it's like, because they're all religious or scared of anything. If I'm going to be 100%, like 400 years of slavery really beat fear and shame into us for doing anything that was against what was in that book.
Yeah.
That was a setup. Because they do whatever they want to and they'll be like, hold on, that's not in this book. For y'all. We can do what we want to. So the root of shame does come from Martians, but it comes from them imposing their power over every other group on this planet. Like this has been going on since Lemuria, Atlantis. There's one group that beat everybody's ass and continues to do so pretty much every lifetime. I'm hoping that this is a pinnacle, like the end, like we finally stand up for ourselves in some way.
Because thinking back on it is like every species started off like right brain or with the feminine mental capacity already until Martians came with the left brain
I'm about to
energy.
say, and I don't think there was any shame before
Which
that.
is why it's like when you do end up getting pregnant and stuff, that fetus will always start out as female until genes work their way and change things, and then that's when you get like a male.
Yo, this is so very Jurassic Park. Life will find a way. So grief came up, but grief is in the root also.
Mm-hmm.
Probably from all of us being enslaved like lifetime after lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it blocking us from as a collective? What is shame and grief blocking us from doing it? And my mind just said rising in vibration.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's being able to hit in the lower things. I had somebody, the first question I got today when I was like, what do we want to talk about? Was, can you tell us what's going on in the world today? And I was like, sure, that's easy in my mind, but to say it to people is different because there is a shame. My answer is hell is rising. What does that mean? Everybody is being pushed into the lower vibrations of fear, shame, grief, anger. The legal rights of Satan, right? The devil or the lower vibrational entities can only hit you if you have any of the emotions that are within their range. That margin range. The lower three chakras, that's your sexuality, your sensuality, your power, your self-expression, just everything below the heart is up for grabs if you have any negative emotions there, such as shame, fear, grief. So if everybody is constantly looking at the news every day and getting upset, getting sad, because as an empathetic person, you're going to see some of this stuff and say, yo, this is not cool. But as soon as those feelings sit in, you just left the opening for the underworld to rise. It's rising through the people, it's rising through that root chakra that I was talking about. So the majority of the energy right now is kind of prepping us for it.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
If anyone see K-pop Demon Hunters, it's pretty much like that. It's like towards the end where everyone's vibration was low enough where
They could take over.
the big guy was able to whisper like their most like deepest fears or the deepest shames or guilts to them. Then that creates that hive mindset of now you were under his like control at the end. But once you embrace that shame, like the main character did at the end, then it was
There's nothing that can be done.
It broke that.
And I haven't got a chance to look at it, but I got an email the other day, an email the other day that was giving me the opposite of the satanic law. I've learned what that is and like what he has rights over, but this one was saying, here are the things that he can't touch. And I think it's anything above the heart. When I just pulled to find out what can we do as like a planet to overcome, pretty much getting our asses whooped, radical rebirth. That feels very Aquarius. That feels very, and we did mention Aquarius, but that's the sign of humanity. Mm-hmm. The North Node enters Aquarius next year. That's like the rebel. That's like everybody starting to stand up for themselves. Can you defeat an enemy who is violent with you being peaceful?
Yes.
How? Do tell.
The same way Martin Luther King did it.
He got shot!
But you still see the effects. Desegregation.
Okay, that's
He became
fair.
a martyr.
Yeah.
All right, then if you're the person that you are currently fighting against is President Cheeto. How do you do that? Nonviolent.
That's real difficult.
Because he's literally having people locked up like
Yeah.
Gestapo are going through the
But
streets.
Martin Luther King was also locked up, and he still got his message out. The letter to Birmingham jail.
Nelson Mandela.
But the thing with the whole Martin Luther King is that he had a voice that was heard nationally
Because he spoke
and worldwide. Because one, he spoke, but then also when he did speak, everyone united together where their voice was big enough to be heard. If it wasn't everyone uniting during that time,
Then it wouldn't have had his.
it wouldn't have happened. It would have
Now
had the
that's-
same effect.
That makes
That
sense.
should be even more possible now than it was then because of social media. You can reach so many more people.
So that makes sense. So if the thing we're looking at, guys, is a radical rebirth, it's everybody working together instead of against each other. Shame is the thing that's allowing us to be divided. Like, this group doesn't work with the other group because they don't understand them. But there's one group that is very clearly whipping everybody's ass. If we can all get on the same page about that, then maybe there could be an approach. But they still gonna come at us with violence.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And sadly, something that I've noticed is that, like, with the whole like Republican Democrat thing going against each other, it's kind of like the behavior of the like Democratic or the more progressive people is getting just as bad as how the Republicans treated us. They're getting to the point of like, you know, using violence to get their point across, or you know, it's just getting to the point of what is it? I am better than, or
I can sense that because in my mind I was just saying the only time I want to see the name Charlie again is at the chocolate factory.
yeah,
Yes.
because even then with that, it's like you don't have to feel absolute remorse for it, but like making jokes and like
You don't have to be
making a
cruel.
joke out of it, you don't have to be cruel, which is like the same thing that like as a progressive person you would complain about. It's like, oh well, like if this was this, that, and the third, like you shouldn't do that. But it's like you guys are doing the same thing, so it's like you guys are matching their energy, which is what we wanted to avoid in the first place.
So
You didn't want to match that to get your point across.
non-violent is the answer. Pretty much because they're waiting for us to be violent in order to send in martial law and all that stuff to lock us up and make it seem like we're the issue. And that's what I'm getting with my spidey senses. Imagine if the only thing we were doing was talking. That's why he's fighting freedom of speech, because we are not acting as violently as expected. I just started hearing this. I don't know if it's called one song, but the lyrics, I had to learn it in freaking middle school. If we all sing one song of love, one song of peace, one song to make all our troubles cease. Do you know what the song is? I have no idea what it is. One voice?
One voice, or that one scene in the Trolls movie,
I love Trump.
True Colors.
Just everybody getting on one page. Like, this is going too far.
Even back to the K-pop Demon Hunters thing at the
They
end,
still had to all get on
they
one
all got on that one song, and that's what fed into them being able to defeat the devil. Pretty much is what he embodied.
The movie that came out during COVID was Bill and Ted, right? And the theme of this film was Bill and Ted went into the future to collect a song that was a hit that was supposed to bring humanity together. At the end of the movie, they showed that the song was actually defeating the planet Saturn. I feel like we need to watch that again.
Because I don't remember that at all.
Because I was like, how did they bring Saturn into this? But it was Bill and Ted went and found a bot from the future. They had all the best writers of all time make a song. And then that song became the wave that everybody was listening to, and it caused change.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
So why is shame the root of this? Are people afraid to stand up? Or ashamed they're not standing up? Ashamed that they feel like they can't do anything? It feels like there's a level of powerlessness that's in this shame.
Yeah. Because it's a world of completely left or completely right. There is no in between where it's like you can voice your opinions as your own. It's either you have to match the opinions of this one group or you have to match the opinions of that one group. You can't have an opinion of your own. So it's like, oh, if I'm not completely like, oh my gosh, democratic, in that way, it's like, I'm not super progressive, you know, I'm not doing this, that, and the third, I'm not going to the rallies, I'm not protesting, it's like, there's shame around, you know, I'm not doing anything.
What other people are doing when everybody needs to be able to do their own lane.
Yes, or like, as a Republican, it's like, oh, I'm not being like a complete racist, I'm not,
that's the way to go
I'm not
about it.
completely like
'Cause,
dictating
you know what's
people's
the
lives
crazy
and
thing?
stuff.
I do know some black people that identify as Republicans too.
Yes.
I don't.
And that's the
I
thing.
hate that we're divided by those terms, because even that, like, we should all be focused on the stuff that works for everybody. There are simple principles. Everybody should be able to eat, especially children. Nobody should be bombing kids. There are certain things that we should all agree on. There should be no group that says, well, sometimes you have to bomb things because, nope, you're the problem. Goodbye.
Yeah. Because the bare minimum should be housing, transportation, food, education.
And there's enough money for that if there's money for war.
Yeah. But all that money is going out to the new, what is it, ballroom at the White House.
Did you see that they're having a UFC fight out front next year? I'd watch it if he was in it. If he was gonna fight in the ring, absolutely. I'd also watch if he was gonna get a spray tan that like covered everything. In my heart
that
of
would
hearts-
be weird because then he would just be really pale. If
Well,
he didn't get the spray tan everywhere else.
I was hoping that he would get the spray tan over everything, and we could give him like a new hairstyle. Like he could get a unit. I've seen a lot of good unit work on Instagram. Like somebody should give him a makeover, but somebody like needs to actually love him. It's like he's surrounded by a bunch of people who like need him or just to back whatever he says, but nobody loves him enough to say like, "Hey, how's your heart doing, bro?" Because if your heart was in this, some of the stuff that's happening wouldn't be happening. You're running America like a business. Like I said, I feel like you can see something good in everybody, even though there's their shadow or whatever. This is a businessman that has been successful despite failing many times in business. So when he came to America, he started looking through our portfolio like, okay, this needs to go. This is what's wrong here fiscally. But the heart is missing. If you go look at like his childhood stuff, he did not have love as a child.
Yeah.
The only thing that was given to him was like, if you make something out of yourself, then you'll get some respect. But love is not what comes for you. That is the energy that is being used to hire people, to make laws. And that's what's missing for everybody. Because this person is representing us in the face of every other country.
Because even down to Congress, it's majority Republican last time I checked. That could have changed. But also it's like...
I don't think it did.
It makes sense as to why Elon switched up towards like the end when he did get into office of like threatening to release the like files from like Epstein Island and stuff. It is like,
if I had one wish, it would be that we did get a radical rebirth and a reset where nobody was in charge. Like, why can't we actually just make the decisions together? Like, hey, think about the fact that you can't travel without paying because this person owns this land and you can't come in this land without rules. These weren't originally our rules. God didn't say, hey, this person owns that, so you got to pay there. No, this has all been forced. This is a structural thing that needs to come down.
Yeah, because there's no reason why it's like, well, yes, identification when going to another place is important, but going through a whole process of you cannot leave this country.
Or you cannot move there because, like, we have rules and there are taxes. Like,
yeah. And it's like,
this land is your land.
If you were not causing any physical or even emotional, any kind of damage to that new place that you move,
you should be able to move freely.
You should be able to move freely. Now, of course, if you're a convicted criminal, then do your time and then go to a rehabilitation center.
Do your time.
Or like try and like build yourself up, prove that you're an outstanding like citizen or whatever where you are, and then maybe you'll be offered the opportunity to move because like Lord forbid you wreak havoc around
worldwide. What if you're
worldwide.
an outstanding criminal? You should be a soldier. If you are really good at shooting them up, if you got sent to jail for killing them people, guess what? You need to be in the armed forces.
True, but think about it. If they're not willing to follow the laws, what makes you think they go follow orders as a soldier?
Think about Dexter. Dexter was a serial killer, but his dad gave him a directive, like you only kill people who have killed other people. You got this person who was a gangster, a warrior. He just turned out. He just been killing people. Like, hey, this is the group of people causing problems. That's who you can kill.
Like a Death Note.
Yes, everybody has a place that they're belonging right now. I do think it's shame. Like, somebody needs to be able to come in and be like, hey, I'm a killer. I'm Dexter. And then you be like, all right, you belong in surgery. Like, you know what I mean? There's a place for everyone. So I guess with shame being the main message today, it was because there were so many things that I was nervous about saying on here. Like, is that going to affect my brand? I'm supposed to say, like, blanket and just deliver the messages. But no, too many people are ashamed to stand up and say anything besides the loudmouth people who are really, like, not speaking on behalf of everybody. They're speaking their opinions based on their experiences, which is from hurt. I pray that every time we come in front of this camera, although some of it's our opinions, some of it's shits and giggles, I would like to use this opportunity to be a part of the change and the wave of voices of people who don't speak out anymore in shame.
Yeah.
For the sake of all. Because I'm deeply feeling, like, if you wonder what's going on in the world, I feel like it's going to take something that affects children for people to say, okay, enough is enough. And this is, in my mind, I'm feeling like the celebrities. Like, some are saying something now, but there are very much some that are hush hush. There's going to come a time, and it's building, and it has to do something with this Saturn and Aries, where it's going to be say something, or like your whole empire will fall. Yeah. Like, imagine you at the top of the world, you got a number one album, but you never say anything about any causes.
Because it's mainly the
fan base
really
is gonna
big
fall off.
ones that are saying anything. Like, I know...
Because they're money, they don't want to worry about that.
One of the main characters for the most recent season of Bridgerton, she has been, like, actually like hosting things, talking about what's happening in Palestine and stuff like that. Like she's very active in like what's going on there, raising money for it and like the people there and stuff.
And
Not
that's lovely.
Palestine, Gaza.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I was just like, stop war. Everybody needs to stop fighting.
Because what are we fighting for still? Like after 100 years or
Land
so?
over land that nobody, God didn't say this land belongs to anybody
Because the only
specifically.
reason why we're fighting over this land is
Oil.
because like one
And the money
oil,
that can be made over it.
but also it's like no one wants to have to redo a whole citizenship process to move somewhere else to get the resources from that place. What happened to trading? You know,
I
I'll
like
give
that
you
idea.
1 cow for 10 loaves of your finest breads.
Like that's where it was supposed to go. And the next thing you know, they were like, hey, so I got this daughter.
And then it's like, brother, what? I just read the whole the whole thing because I found out like so many of like the more traditional Western things when it comes to marriages was created because of like white people. Because like every other country, they have such beautiful weddings. Like white isn't the traditional color and stuff.
The Abrahamic religions,
Mm-hmm.
even like the Jewish people and stuff. From what I've been seeing, it seems like their rules and their stuff is like what was for protection. Like the covering of the head is because based on the length and the healthiness of your hair, an entity can tell how much power you have flowing through you. Think of yourself as a human tree, right? If you have a healthy tree, just it's growing, it's thriving, it's something like that. So this goes back to that part in the Bible where it said the fallen angels who would see the women and see their hair and then find a man to hop on for his lust to be able to connect to that woman. It's because a demon is attaching because they want a part of that light that is coming from that person. I believe that that's where that trading of females came in. But that goes back to that root, that shame, and the legal rights of Satan. If there's nothing to enter in there, they can't get in. So that's why the head coverings came in.
Yes, which makes sense because then you have to go based on the eyes, and it's like while a lot can be seen through the eyes,
You still keep your eyes down until you're around like certain people. You don't go around and everybody's
yeah.
and there are so many rules, and maybe that'll be our next episode. Let's see how the responses go to this pilot episode. We're gonna push through shame. Let's do a little prayer right quick. Let's close. Dear God, thank you for this opportunity, stepping into a new lane, expanding our brands. My baby girl beginning her brand and being a voice in a world where some people who want to say the right thing are silent because people who are kind-hearted and empathetic, for the most part, try not to start stuff. Dear God, allow us to get past that barrier that says shut up, because it's easier to be peaceful to yourself than to fight with your words for those who need people to fight. Amen.
Amen.
Good night, guys.